But in your hearts, honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect.
My name is Mark Moorhead, and you're listening to A Reason for Our Hope. Let's begin with prayer. Grant, O Lord, that none may love thee less this day because of me, that never a word or act of mine may turn one soul from thee. And ever daring, yet one more grace would I implore, that many souls this day, because of me, may love thee more. Amen. One thing that all people can agree on is that eventually each of us will experience death. What happens beyond that is a mystery. For Christians, it's a mystery in the theological sense, meaning we know what happens after death, which is the separation of the body from the soul, because God has revealed it to us. But what it will all look like and how it will feel, well, that's for us to contemplate with wonder and awe, or, as it used to be more commonly said, a good dash of healthy respect and fear of the Lord, because it is He who will judge after all. For non-believers, death's a mystery in the practical sense. It's mysterious because they don't believe there's a spiritual component to human life. And furthermore, unless an individual has experienced it, then how could one possibly know what happens after death? Do you hear a bit of scientism and materialism creeping in there again? With all that in mind, suppose you're a faith-filled Catholic who's sharing the gospel with a non-Catholic, and at a certain point in the conversation, he or she asks you, what evidence is there for life after death? Well, a good Catholic response would be, there are different kinds of evidence for life after death. Setting aside God's revelation, which tells us there is life after death, and that's good enough for me as a Catholic, one kind of evidence is experiential, and another kind is philosophical. The first kind of evidence is experiential. Many claim to have had near-death experiences. And sure, some of these may be explainable by neuroscience, such as when one sees a bright light, which could just be the firing of neurons or things happening in the eye. Other accounts, however, such as people seeing themselves and others in the room from outside their body, hearing and seeing things that are said and done, well, these are not so easily explained away. Experiential examples also include people who have been given visions of the afterlife, as well as apparitions of people appearing who have been long dead, such as the apparitions of Mary to people throughout the world over the centuries. Another kind of evidence is philosophical. Philosophical evidence is the kind that's based on reason. I like C.S. Lewis's philosophical reason for believing in life after death. He said that every human being has certain desires. A person is hungry, thirsty, tired, wants to be loved, and so on. When hungry, the person can eat and be satisfied. When thirsty, he can drink. When tired, she can sleep. When in need of love, a person can experience love from a parent, a sibling, a friend, a spouse, etc. Every person also has a desire to survive and to be happy forever. But we all die. If every other desire can be met in life, it stands to reason that the desire to live forever in happiness can also be fulfilled. A Reason for Our Hope is brought to you by Cayman Gabriel Media. Until next time, hold the cross high.